nothing, like nobody's doing credit check on me and all those things. And no, I don't want to do parliamentary stuff, please. Now I must be a minister, I must report where I want to go. I'm going to Lagos, I must report how I want to go. No. And also, guys, let me tell you, EFF is a proper party. There is no way they're going to put a Babalwa as a minister if they win. They have their people, they have their succession line. It's a proper, legitimate political party. Just because I know people in the party doesn't mean that just now they're going to put me on the gravy train and put me in positions of power. Nah, come on. Timola, if I catch you, why do you want to catch him? You want to catch him for lean pipi or lean? Why do you want to catch the president's son, Yeah, people from the rural areas love the ANC because they believe that ANC brought us out of apartheid, and that's not true. That's not a fact. It's not just the ANC that were fighting against apartheid. There was other parties as well, PAC and a lot. Black consciousness movement, babe, come on. But now that's all people in the rural areas know, and it's fine. But will fuck soon because they're old. In fact, you guys must go steal your granny's IDs because they mustn't go and vote for that ANC. Khanyisa, who are you voting for? The way I'm well behaved in this life, ne? I'm recruiting. In fact, you guys are busy thinking that Kanye is being whatever grouping. No, I am recruiting her. I'm teaching her about our cardinal pillars as the EFF, and she's going to be a card-carrying member. Okay, one vote means a lot to us. In fact, I need her more than you guys need her. Okay, I need her.
Yeah, to come how? Wow.
No, Timothy did not want to put Inno in that fight because public enemy number one. No. If that was the case, he could have explained that to me, and we would have. Because I would love for Ashley to kick that girl's ass. I would love for that to happen. But that platform, Jay, it's not for her. No. I'd rather vote gate in my kids. Ew.
To me, if I catch you.
Is that person catchy, babe? That one
doesn't know anything about politics. I don't know anything about politics. I don't even know.
But she knows what to put the X next to the EFF colors, okay?
But yeah. So I feel like there's your answer, my love. There's your answer. Thank you. EFF or nothing.
And this story that if EFF gets into power, now all the African country people, like all the immigrants, are gonna start moving to South Africa. Hell no. Do you see any Nigerian billionaire moving to South Africa? No. And do you see them moving anywhere else? No. But it just allows you freedom to travel. And tell me, the ones that are in South Africa now, is it EFF people sitting in the borders there? No, it's not. It's ANC in charge of all the borders and they're still coming. So what are you saying? What is your point exactly? So, and also this thing of not liking your other African countries is absurd because during apartheid, people were hiding you guys, hiding your grandparents.
We don't want. Oh no, that's so wrong. That sounds so wrong.
And they were housing them in Tanzania, in Malawi, in Nigeria, in Zimbabwe. In Nigeria, people were being taxed $10 from their salaries every month to fund ANC exiles in Nigeria. Now you want to come and make noise and say, oh, these Nigerians. Guys, you guys are ungrateful. You're very ungrateful. But anyway, story for another day.
Olivia, you're a full Nigerian. At least speak for yourself.
Kanya in a relationship. Perhaps
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's basically everything that Babalwa said that was mostly political. Well, from what I could tell in that live video that she had with Khanyisa. And what I can say, guys, is that there's a reason why influencers, I'm not calling her specifically an influencer, but influencers, club hosts, celebrities should not be speaking politics on the internet. I feel like their roles in terms of speaking politics should just be limited to them galvanizing and encouraging people to go out there and vote, to make a change, to voice their opinions. Because honestly, I just think that she is largely misinformed and she's wanting to push a specific agenda, because I think at this point it's pretty evident that she's going to vote for EFF, and that's perfectly good and well. But I've got a problem with some of the statements that she made in the video, okay? So firstly, I think the biggest one that sent shock waves throughout my brain was the fact that she said that to some extent the ANC was not responsible for bringing apartheid to an end. And I think that anyone who has gone to even grade 8 history, grade 7 history, not to speak about the people who have studied history or politics at a university level, but anyone who's got basic knowledge of politics and of history can tell you that the ANC did play a very pivotal role in bringing apartheid to an end. Now, guys, I am not a supporter of the ANC. I will not be voting ANC, but I do think that it becomes a problem when people spread misinformation or when people make statements that are not backed up by facts. Yes, Babalwa is 100% correct in saying that there were other political parties during that era in time when we were fighting against the apartheid regime that were very prominent in helping, aiding, campaigning, and fighting against apartheid. But I think that we can all collectively agree that the ANC did play a pivotal role in bringing apartheid to an end. I think that is something that is an undisputed fact. It was, in fact, at the forefront. Yes, there were other political parties that played a role, but the ANC was at the forefront. Whether we like it or not, that is a fact. The ANC today is very different from the ANC that was, basically galvanizing for people and trying to bring apartheid to an end. But I think that we still have to make sure that we mention facts, okay? The second thing that she was doing in that video was that she was campaigning for the EFF. And I do believe that she's a very, very strong supporter of the EFF. We love the EFF. We do believe in their role as an opposition party. But some of the statements that she made really does prove that if your lane is influencing and your lane is club hosting and Dom Perignon and whatever type of expensive alcohol, speak about the things that you are knowledgeable, about, okay? So the first thing that she spoke about is basically the whole, I think premise of the EFF and them wanting a borderless Africa and them wanting sort of, people in Africa to be able to move throughout different states or countries in Africa freely. And that is a very good idea, I think, on paper. But I think that in terms of the current state of South Africa and other African countries, it's not something that's going to materialize well, because we do know that if we have a borderless Africa, most foreigners, or most Africans are going to be flooding into South Africa. So I think it's very reckless of her to say that, currently under the ANC government, we still have foreigners. Yes, we do still have foreigners that are coming in. Majority of those foreigners are coming in illegally, and the ANC is not making, in my personal opinion, is not making enough policies, is not stringent enough in enforcing border rules in order to prevent this from happening. But if we were to have a borderless Africa, we would have a huge influx of people coming into South Africa, and we would have already a very competitive society, especially for the lower and middle class societies, because honestly, I think majority of the Africans that are, and I do speak under correction, but I think majority of the Africans that are trying to come into Africa are not, the higher end of, the Africans. They're not people who are extremely rich. And those people, even if they do come into South Africa, are not competing for the jobs that the average South African competes for. So if we allow these people to come into the country by creating a borderless society, then we will have a very very large influx of foreigners coming into the country, and those foreigners are going to be competing for already scarce jobs that there are in South Africa, okay? And she said, obviously, to love our brothers and sisters, and we do love our brothers and sisters. I think majority of South Africans aren't necessarily xenophobic, but love has nothing to do in an equation where we are trying to fight for survival. We already have, very low income households. We already have people who are struggling with unemployment. We can love our brothers and sisters. We can support them, but we can support them from afar. But to go on a public platform and say, because those people were able to house us and to help us and to do all of these things while we were fighting apartheid, that means that we should create a borderless, African continent or society. I feel like that is largely reckless. I think that influencers, celebrities, all of these people have a right, obviously, to voice their opinions, but I think that they should be very careful about what they say, especially when it comes to politics online. Okay, you can have an opinion about politics, but do not pass off your opinions as facts. Do not try to justify things that are largely unjustifiable in South Africa, because we really have very bad political issues as it is. But anyways, tell me what you think about this in the comment section, and I will see you in my next upload.